All right, welcome to the Explainer. We are jumping right into a really fascinating piece of analysis today. Specifically, we're unpacking a brilliant Management Pro article by Willem Scheepers. He takes a deep dive into how AI is literally splitting the modern labor market right down the middle. And look, if you think AI is just, another software update or some passing fad, you're going to want to stick around for this. Scheepers makes a compelling case that it is fundamentally restructuring how we work, how we learn, and honestly, how we build our careers. So let's start with a bit of a reality check. Globally speaking, 55% of the workforce has used artificial intelligence in the last 12 months. 55%. Just think about that for a second. Over half of the world's working population has already started baking this tech into their daily routines. That is a massive, rapid adoption curve. We've rarely seen anything spread like wildfire quite like this. But, and here's the catch, if we zoom into the Netherlands, which is the main focus of Scheepers' data, that number drops. It's lagging significantly behind at just 44%. Now, why on earth does that matter? Well, it sets the stage for a major competitive deficit. When the rest of the globe is rapidly adopting what's essentially a massive productivity multiplier and you aren't, you're not just standing still, you are actively falling behind the global standard. But even within that national lag, there's this undeniable bright spot. According to the Management Pro data, 52% of Dutch workers who actually use AI are reporting a significant jump in the quality of their work. The takeaway here pretty much writes itself. AI works. It makes your output better, faster, and smarter. The tech itself isn't the issue. The issue is that a huge chunk of the workforce simply isn't stepping up to use it yet. Which brings us to Section 1, the dangerous AI barbell. Let's look at this polarized job market. We usually think of tech adoption as the smooth, gentle curve, right? But AI adoption is actually creating a harsh polarization. Scheepers calls this the AI barbell, and what that means is a structural hollowing out of the middle of the job market. Picture the classic corporate ladder. Historically, junior employees started right there in that safe middle ground. They got structured, routine tasks to learn the ropes, make safe mistakes, and slowly grow into senior roles. Well, AI just turned that exact middle ground into a fully automated engine. That middle is no longer a human training ground, it's a highly efficient layer of machine automation. So this leaves us with two heavy extremes, exactly like the weights on opposite ends of a barbell. On the left side, you've got the machine's domain, cold structure, immense scale, and rigid control. AI absolutely dominates there. And on the right side, the human domain, profound meaning, complex judgment, nuance, humanity. And the middle? Well, the middle just gets completely quiet. If your job right now is just passing structured info from the left side to the right side without adding any unique human judgment, that is the role that gets hollowed out.
All right, moving into Section 2, behavior wins over age.
Now, you'd probably assume this whole technological divide is just a classic generation gap, right? Young people get the tech easily, older generations fall behind, but the data paints a totally different picture. Sure, Gen Z and millennials are leading the pack at around 50% adoption, but look at this. Gen X is sitting at 37% and baby boomers at 31%. The statistics reveal something awesome. Baby boomers who actually embrace and use AI see massive quality improvements in their work too. It's not about your capacity to understand the tech, it's purely about whether you choose to engage with it. Scheepers summarizes this perfectly in the article. He says, AI does not discriminate on age. It discriminates on initiative. The true differentiator in this new economy isn't your birth year, guys, it's your behavior. The real danger isn't being an older worker. The real danger lies with the 56% of the total workforce sitting comfortably in the middle, doing absolutely nothing with AI. That lack of initiative, that's where the highest risk of being permanently left behind really lives. So, how do we adapt? Let's get into Section 3, your 5 rules for the future. To avoid getting automated out of that disappearing middle, and this is absolutely crucial for Gen Z and Gen Alpha entering the workforce right now, Scheepers outlines a specific survival manifesto. Ironically, traditional entry-level work is exactly what AI does best right now, analyzing and structuring. So you need these 5 rules. 1. Train your critical thinking. AI will confidently hand you answers, so doubt is a muscle you literally have to train. 2. Seek real human experience. You can't prompt everything into a machine. You need to learn nuance and friction by actually working directly with people. 3. Choose the right problems. Knowing the answer is cheap today. Knowing which problem is actually worth solving is gold. 4. Make your unique value visible. Show exactly what you do that a bot cannot. And 5. Build your own learning path. You simply cannot wait for a company to train you in that middle tier anymore. You've got to carve that path yourself. Ultimately, the whole shebang comes down to this one crucial idea. You must add meaning on top of the machine's output. You can't just sit back and wait for a traditional linear career path to be handed to you on a silver platter. Because that middle rung of the ladder, it's gone. You have to actively create your own trajectory by proving your unique, distinctly human value, project by project, day by day.
Finally, we reach Section 4, the Koningsdog metaphor.
Scheepers concludes his analysis with this absolutely brilliant metaphor. He compares this massive technological shift to the Dutch national holiday, Koningsdag, or King's Day. Think about a giant street festival. On the surface, what do you see? Festive confetti, bright orange clothes, loud music, everyone partying. In the AI world, that surface level is the superficial stuff, the funny generated images, the viral party tricks. But under the hood, just like the quiet, serious infrastructure running beneath that street party, there is a silent, ruthless redistribution of work, value, and opportunity happening right now. Algorithms are totally restructuring the economy while everyone else is distracted by the confetti.
So the question is no longer whether AI is going to change your job. The data is crystal clear. It already has. The only question left is this. Are you going to let yourself be swallowed by that automated middle, or are you going to take the initiative to pick a side? Take a hard look at where you stand on that barbell. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.